One thing I really love to do is to read Charles Dickens. He's my favorite writer, I would think. Well, I have many, many favorite writers, but um, I'm in the process of reading A Christmas Carol to my grandson over several days and really enjoying that. My favorite of Dickens is the Pickwick Papers, but right now I'm reading Great Expectations. And in Great Expectations, Dickens says something important. He says that both the evil man and the simple man get crushed, but the simple man first. That is very important. Simple back then meant credulous. It means someone who will believe what other people say without questioning. It means a person filled with, so to speak, the wrong kind of faith. That when a person tells them something, oh yeah, they'll believe it, especially if it already confirms what they want to believe. Obviously, that is not faith in the Christian sense. Faith in the Christian sense is believing something when it is inconvenient to believe it. Believing you should love your neighbor when your neighbor just did something that you don't like. Or believing you should believe the best about people when you'd rather believe the worst because it's fun to believe the worst about people. That's what faith is. There's an old Simple Simon. Do you remember that idea of a simple person? A person who is not, well, very often an uneducated person can be simple, but doesn't have to be. Some people who don't have high school diplomas are very sharp and very, very intelligent, and often have educated themselves just by reading themselves. But there's an old poem that most of you know. Simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair. Said Simple Simon to the pieman, "Let me taste your ware." Said the pieman to Simple Simon, "Show me first your penny." Said Simple Simon to the pieman, "Indeed I have not any." Well, there's two things going on here. One is that Simple Simon thinks he can get something for nothing. He thinks that pieman is coming to the fair to pass out pies because he cares about the fairgoers. He wants to make the fair a better place. And very often, people on the right listen to other people and say, the reason they're sharing this is because they are so concerned about the country. They see it going the wrong way and they want to help us out. They are really concerned, for example, about those pedophiles that are all those leaders in the Senate that are Democrats. They're all destroying and eating children on Mars while the lizards crawl up under. Anyway, or what other the people. Shoot. Somehow there's this conspiracy that the election has been stolen. There is no motivation for these people to steal the election for Republican election officials. That is to steal the election, but somehow the brother of the vice president of Venezuela. Anyway, the point is, if you hear someone who's giving you information and they tell you, hey, I'm just telling you this because it's so important that you know. I don't have an ulterior motive. I don't care about power and money. It reminds me of the old Buddy's Carpet Barn commercials in my area. He used to say with a big smile, his catchphrase at the end of every commercial is, I don't care about making money. I just love to sell carpet. Well, he may or may not love to sell carpet, but if it became a losing proposition and they had to pay each person who took carpet away from him, then I expect he would not be selling carpet for very long at all. We need always, and this is one reason why I'm more than ready to listen about global warming. It is because the people, the competent people with expertise and licensure and degrees in climate are almost without exception all in agreement that global warming is a huge, pressing problem. And it is clear to them that it is. There's and also the reasoning that they put forth makes sense. But first of all of the competent authority is in agreement, almost without exception. And all those competent authority, they already have jobs. They're not YouTube people. And I already have a job too. I don't make a penny off these YouTube things. I really don't need it. I'm not trying to monetize this silly thing. But the individuals who are experts in this field are all in agreement about global warming, and they are not trying to make something off of it. They are not trying to gain power and money by doing so. They are attempting to avert a problem, just like you may remember the hole in the ozone. That was real. And we took steps with the chlorofluorocarbons to take care of that issue. We need to guard against being simple in the old Dickens sense. We need to be cynical, okay? Cynical, especially to notice when a person without expertise and who is trying to gain power and money for themselves while doing good for no one is, those are the two things. You have to have unbiased and competent authority. And when you are taking time to base your beliefs on both incompetent and biased authority, that qualifies a person as being simple.